Hello my fellow Christian fiction lovers, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog for the first book in the Lord of the Rings series, The Fellowship of the Ring. If you are a returning subscriber, you might be aware that my personal goal for the year is to read through the Lord of the Rings series and the entire Chronicles of Narnia series. I've already read the Chronicles of Narnia when I was a kid, but I have not read through all of... Sorry, my dog's back here. Come here, Bubby. I have not read through the Lord of the Rings. I recently reread The Hobbit back in January and I loved it. It was so much better than I remembered, which I think I'm owing to the fact that when I had to read The Hobbit for the first time, or not, well, I did have to read The Hobbit for the first time, it was for a class in college. It was for an extra credit literature class. And I did enjoy it, but you know, there's just something about having to read something that makes me not enjoy it as much. But this second go around last month, I just thoroughly enjoyed it. Gave it 5 stars. And that put me in really good expectations and high hopes for the Lord of the Rings series, because I'm gonna be honest, I've not been looking forward to it. I've just heard so many people say that they're really long and they can be really boring, and like he can go on and on about like just like trees for like 3 pages, and I keep waiting for that to happen. And so far it has been the most delightful story ever. It's not as like childlike as The Hobbit. Like The Hobbit I can definitely see was written for younger readers maybe, whereas this has a more, I guess you could read it when you're young, but there are definitely some themes and whatnot so far that I'm like, okay, well, I'm an adult, so I can understand it a bit better. I've made it through chapter 5 through page 122 in my copy. So the next chapter I have to read is The Old Forest. And yeah, I love Frodo. He is such a funny little hobbit. I didn't realize that Bilbo was like had stuff to do with this story. I don't know why I didn't know that, but I didn't realize like how closely involved. I thought he was maybe just like a side character or like mentioned once or twice in the Lord of the Rings, but like his literal nephew is the main character. I probably am the last to know that, but oh well. So yeah, Frodo is great, Sam is great. What's his name? The other little guy, Pippin. Pippin is freaking hilarious. Oh my gosh. Just the whole little group is so funny. I'm able to keep track of everyone so far. I have heard that can be kind of difficult. But yeah, I'm loving it. We're going on such an adventure and I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I want to know what happens next. Yeah, very intrigued to find out who the Black Riders are and like what all they have to do with the story other than just being like the bad guys right now. So yeah, also, okay, final thing I'll say in this clip, I didn't realize how many names I already knew from this book. Like Schmeagol, I knew that was a name. I didn't realize it was from this series. Same with I don't know if this one will come up more later, but I've already read the name Galadriel, and I've definitely, like, I've probably just heard it in like the Lord of the Rings movie or book talk, and I just didn't realize that it was connected to this book. And there's been a couple others that I'm like, oh, I didn't realize that name came from this series. So that's been interesting. But yeah, loving it so far. I'll catch y'all up later when I have some more thoughts. I have made it through part 1 of The Fellowship of the Ring. It's been a couple of days since I've read it. I was on a trip this weekend and I just took a different book with me. But yeah, I'm over halfway through. You can kind of see my bookmark. And I made it to I haven't started, but I've made it to the very first part of book 2. I am still very intrigued. A lot of things are happening. I can't remember the last time I updated you where I was. I also don't know if I really want to be all that spoilery, but I do know that this book is very famous and popular, and most people have seen the movies. I have not. Like, I genuinely have no idea what's coming next. I kind of have an idea of like the ending. Like, I have the idea that they're going to be successful. It's just going to take 3 books to get there, and a lot of things are going to happen along the way. I think I don't mind being a little like, this just happened and then this just happened or whatever. So Frodo just like, he just like fell off his horse or something like that. Again, it's been 3 days since I've read it, but I think he just fell off his horse and maybe is being taken by the Black Riders. I don't know. Yeah, something like that. And I need to know what happens next. I can't wait to get back into it. I'm really enjoying the journey and just following along with them, getting to know the characters. I don't think there's a character yet that I don't like. I want to get to know all of them more. Like, I want to know more about Frodo. I want to know more about Aragorn. Is that his name? I mean, so far they're calling him Strider, but his real name is Aragorn. I want to know more about him. I really want to know more about Sam. I don't know if I said that yet, but I want to know more about Sam because I know he's a very important character to the book. I just feel like we haven't gotten a lot of like page time interaction with him. Hey girly, come here. The pretty princess puppy has joined us. Oh, don't kiss me. Anyway, those are all of my current thoughts. Just really enjoying the adventure and the journey, and way more than I thought it would. And I keep talking to my fiance about it, and I'm like, I can't wait to watch the movies after this. But he's told me that I have to read all 3 books before we can watch the movies. And I think that's a really long ordeal, but it's all right because I was planning to read them all anyway. So those are the current thoughts. I know I didn't really give a lot, but I'm sure I'll have more to update on later. I have finished it. It was so good. Literal 5-star read. I was so not expecting to just fall in love with this book so much. It's caught me really by surprise, to be honest. I was kind of expecting that I would like get through it, and that I expected that I would like keep along with the story, but I didn't think that I would fall in love with it so much. Like, I am just taken by all of the characters and just how fun it is, and like the journey. And I think I listened to too many people being haters, and so I was convinced. I was like, oh, it's fantasy, it's a lot of names and places, and I'm just not gonna enjoy it. I was wrong. I was proven wrong. J.R.R. Tolkien proved me wrong from the grave with his writing, and I'm so glad. And I think I honestly, like, I know it's crazy to say this, but I know so little of the story, so I genuinely had no idea where things were going. I didn't know if people, like, characters were going to die or if they were gonna survive. I genuinely didn't know. Oh, you can see the puppy. And I think that made it more fun. Is a lot of like famous stories, I already know what happens, but I didn't, and I quite liked that. Like, I've never seen the movies, and I won't be super spoiler. I know I talked about that a bit in another clip, but there's one character that died in this book that I don't believe that they died. I'm like, they're gonna come back. There's just absolutely no way. There's still 2 books left, and I know this character is like very important to the story, so they have to come back. And whether or not I'm in denial over that, I don't know. I don't think I'm in denial. I think by the magic of the Lord of the Rings, this character has to come back. By the magic of Tolkien and his world, this character, he has to come back. One of the things I really like about Frodo, that I also really liked about Bilbo in The Hobbit, but I'm finding it again with Frodo, is obviously they're hobbits, so they're not human, so forgive the language I'm using, but I really like how human Frodo is, in the sense of he's not trying to take on an overly heroic role. There are times in the book where he is thinking and wanting to go back to the Shire, and he's yearning after home and after his comfortable bed and, you know, eating by the fire and like in his own home. And he kind of at some points is like, why was I the one that had to be given the ring, and like why can't I just pass this on to someone else? And that's part of his character development, and I really like that about Frodo. And some of the other hobbits that go with him is they're not trying to be overly heroic, and they're not trying to just like soldier on. Like, they have their moments where they are like, you know, gung-ho, let's go, we can do it, but they also have human moments that show they're just like anybody else. And yeah, I thought, I just loved it. I cannot wait to start the Twin Towers. I think that's the next one. Yes, or the Two Towers, my bad. The Two Towers. I'll be starting that one soon. I'm not waiting another month. I cannot. Well, it was not another month, but I was gonna read like one every month. I'm starting the next one on Monday for sure. So, and it's Saturday when I'm filming this. So I think this will be coming out on the Monday that I'm starting it. But so happy that I finished it and I read it, and I can't wait to keep going. I feel like it can only get better from here. But I thought I would go ahead and end this little vlog with a book haul, because I haven't done much actual vlogging. I'm really bad at that, but I'll go ahead and just share some things that I picked up at a local market in my city. We have markets like all the time, and I don't really go to them, but I went to this one just kind of on a whim, and there was a bookmobile, and I found some classics that I've been looking for. So the first I got The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. I recently read The Age of Innocence, but I had gotten it from the library, and I was like, well, if I ever run across a copy, I'll go ahead and pick it up. And lo and behold, it was there, and I think I got it for like $6. Yeah. And this book was so good. I would definitely reread it, so that's kind of why I wanted to get a copy. I'll talk more about my thoughts on this book when I do my wrap-up video for the last season. And then I got to The Grapes of Wrath by John Steinbeck. I'm going to be reading this pretty soon. Oh, I didn't even realize the print is like kind of big, and I love that. Let's go. I know this is a very famous classic, so we'll be reading that. And then I also got Beloved by Toni Morrison, which is another really popular classic novel. And well, I don't know if it's considered a classic. What is considered a classic? It was published, well, this edition at least, so the copyright is 1987. To me, I would not call that quite a classic yet. That was only like 30-ish years ago, so, but I know it's a very famous novel, and it's one that I am planning to read this year. So those are just the fun books I got, and then obviously just finished up The Lord of the Rings. They had this copy at the bookmobile, and I was like, crazy, just finished that one. But anyway, thank you for following along with my journey of reading The Fellowship of the Ring for the first time. I will definitely be doing another vlog for The Two Towers, so definitely pop in, let me know your thoughts. And I hope this is entertaining, seeing me go through it for the first time, because again, I know nothing about the story. But thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you in a video very soon. Bye!